can't beat summer days. Obviously, the summer solstice means that the days are going to be a little shorter, though, so that's kind of upsetting. I love long summer days. But it is time to move on, and it's time to start planting those fall crops. I'll have to be thinking about what I'm going to do here in the next few weeks as the summer slowly starts winding down. Obviously here in North Texas, guys, it's still going to be at least in the mid-90s for the next 30 to 45 days. So I really can't get too many crops or seedlings started outside. And a lot of the cold season crops, they don't like you starting them inside either. So we'll get that figured out. But today I wanted to go ahead and give you a update of my garden. I did not do one last weekend, so I'll give you a backyard garden update. I'm going to be posting the harvest at the end of it as well. Got some things to harvest, and I'll give you an update on the rabbits later on today that I have in my garden. They seem to be doing just fine, so I'll give everyone an update on that. Other than that, let's go take a look at the garden. So this is what happens around this time of day. It's about 10 a.m. So about 9:30 a.m. the sun hits this wall, and over the next hour and a half it covers the whole garden. And then there's full sun across the entire garden, typically about 5 hours. And then after that point, then it gets, as the sun disappears over my house, it darkens this way. So anyway, on a short day it's 4 hours, on a long day it's 6 hours. So we're going to start heading towards that 4 hours of direct sunlight, and this will make it tough on the plants. But anyway, if you've been paying attention and watching my series, you'll see that I have a corn and grown in container series. They're doing just fine. My Texas russets that were started 625 are doing good. The ones started 610 are doing really good. And we'll kind of zoom in on these real quick, guys, just to see. I mean, I've been topping off the soil, and what I found is after about a foot, maybe 10 inches to a foot from the roots, from where you planted the seed potatoes, nothing really grows after that, at least in my experience. So I'm not going to continue to top this off. I think part of my problems have been I've topped it up too high, and then the plants have suffocated or were prone to more disease because of the soil level. So we'll stop there and see how it goes. You know, I'm still having some problems with dying foliage on these things, like the bugs are getting to them. I don't know what it looks like under the soil. I'm afraid to look. We're just going to have to pray for the best. One thing I have not done so far, is I don't use seed potatoes per se. I use store-bought potatoes that have developed long eyes after a while. And so maybe that's part of my problem. I think starting the next time I go with a pot like this Yukon Gold that failed again, I think I'm going to go with seed potatoes, but I got to pick some up. Anyway, the russets are doing fine. Or at least they seem to be. And if you remember, I've not harvested russet potatoes yet. I've only harvested the red potatoes. The Yukons have failed miserably, and the russets last time looked like it was doing well. And on day 100, when I went to harvest it, they were all killed by disease. So anyway, no potatoes came out of that. Starting to get quite a few little bell peppers on here. You can see I've got one here, another one here, another one back there, got a little baby one down here forming. So I didn't even see this one. And we got one up here. So we've got some bell peppers happening. The sweet peppers are still doing good. We got one there, and we've got these other ones back here. See if I can get in here and show you guys them. Got a couple of them in there, so they're doing good. And then we got another one right here. So as far as the sweet peppers and the bell peppers are concerned, not a lot of fruit on all of them, but you know, they've set a lot of flowers here recently, and there's a lot of ends that look like they're going to be dropping the flowering end and showing that they set some fruit. So I'm pretty happy with those. Get a sip of my coffee here real quick. Okay, I'll be harvesting. I'm not going to bore you with a lot of details on these. I'm going to be harvesting a lot of these container grown grape tomatoes, as well as these today, and I'll put that in the video. I'll also include my video, my harvest log in the video, so you can see just how many these one, two, three, 4 plants, plus the 2 containers, which really have not produced much. 6 grape tomato plants, and I'll show you what they produced. Obviously the mystery tomatoes are still doing well. I had to harvest them the other day because the birds started pecking at one of them, despite the scarecrow and the owl I have hiding. Well, he's turned his back to us now. He's a little mad that I relegated him over there to watch the smaller plants. But we'll have to take a look at how... I'll have to pull this off today most likely, because the birds, I don't want them destroying it. They've destroyed, on this mystery tomato, guys, I've harvested 4 or 5, and I've lost 4 or 5. They love these big red juicy tomatoes when they turn red, because they're just sitting right here for the taking. Obviously the herbs are doing just fine. I'm not going to bore you with those. Cilantro, you know what, I don't really update you guys on my cilantro too often. It's doing just fine. I've been using it lately and it tastes really good, so pretty happy with that. And then the chives down there are hiding. I mean, those are just have never taken off. I mean, I've given them haircuts every couple weeks for about 4 to 6 inches of chopped chives, and they're pretty good. Had an explosion on the orange Scotch bonnets, guys, and plants loaded down with harvestable fruits, as you can see, and you'll get a close-up of these. If you recall, and there's even soups, I'm sorry, there's even some down here. Yeah. And if you recall, guys, I harvested these early last time. I thought I harvested them when they were orange. They were yellowish. And after watching Kangstar's video on his orange Scotch bonnet and saw how orange they were, I realized I pulled them off too early. So I'm leaving them on, and they look pretty damn orange now, so I'll be harvesting a lot of them. The ones that are still turning, like this one that has orange, but it's also got green on it, I won't be harvesting that one today. I'll let that one go full ripe. I've been cutting off my Fresno peppers from this back plant. It was really struggling, guys. So once again, I've been cutting off the peppers just so that it wouldn't struggle so much. Don't have any other Fresno peppers to harvest, but we do have some beautiful, beautiful Serrano peppers. There's actually a third one back there. Guess you can't see it, but when I harvest it, you'll see it. The New Mexico Big Jim. Let's get a side look here. You know, one of these days I'll pull the gates down for you guys. But we got a New Mexico Big Jim right there. Another one next to it that's starting to turn. We'll leave that on. But that one's definitely turning, so we'll harvest that today. And we've got another New Mexico Big Jim there. One there. A nice large one down here. And some flowers that look like they may have set the fruit here. So we'll take a look at those. Tasmanian habanero, guys, got these nice big fruits here. Looks like they're another week or 2 away from turning color, but there's let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more fruit sets on that, so that's good. This one already produced 5 for me, I believe. It's got 7 more, but none of the other ones will set the fruit. Typical. Chocolate habanero still a struggle for me, guys, but we do still have that one. See if I can get a better shot of this without me in the light. It does have that one fruit set on it right there. So maybe we'll get a chocolate hab here shortly. Got some additional sweet peppers and bell peppers down here. I struggled on the sugar snap peas, guys. It's just been too hot, so I re-sowed some soaked seeds back there. We'll see if those germinate. There's my green bean, Blue Lake green bean series, guys. It's not doing bad. I can't zoom out for some reason, but it's not doing bad. The leaves look terrible. The sun's beating it down, but despite all that, you can see, and I don't know if I can show you like this, but it does have just a few green beans on it right there. You can see that right there. Anyway, it's got some green beans. If you watched my video on planting the squash, you'll see it's only been a week and these suckers are flying. Got 3 in this one that sprouted out of the 4 seeds, and they're huge and big, and man, even this one in the back is already starting to get its second set of leaves. Can you believe it? 7 days from when I planted it to today. Not even 7 days, because it was nighttime on that day, and it's early morning right now, or not early morning, it's before afternoon. That's funny. Yeah, I've been picking like crazy all these volunteer tomatoes. This is where I have my tomato bed, and these volunteer tomatoes keep popping up. I'll pull them back out, but we'll let them sit there for a little bit longer. I'm not dealing with them now. I've got these tomato cages just protecting the seedlings from any birds. And on the zucchini, guys, we only got one of the 4 to sprout. Not sure. I buried these a little bit deeper on accident. When we watched the video, I realized I put a little more soil on this side. So maybe that's why, but he came up. Nothing else has come up yet. All I need is one, so hopefully he survives. And if nothing else comes up, then no need for thinning. I've got some Swiss chard back here, so I'm just trying to slowly harden it off. It's gonna end up probably being around this area, so I want to see how it handles it. It's been out here for about 30 to 45 minutes right now. I'll be bringing it in shortly, but just got to harden it off a little bit. All right, guys, I am sweating up a storm. Let me do a harvest, and I'll show you what the end result was. Thanks. All right, guys, here it is. As promised, the harvest video. Let's take a quick look here. We've got the orange Scotch bonnets. This one has a little green still left on it, I guess, but as you can see, it's a really nice looking pepper. Not too bad as size. Matter of fact, all of them are in pretty good shape. This one's got a little caterpillar on it, so I guess it's a good thing I picked it. What is that? Let me take a look. Yeah, we'll have to get him off there. Don't really want him eating my Scotch bonnets. Anyway, pretty good. It still amazes me, though, I guess because it's still its first harvest, how we got some really tiny little guys like this. Still good specimens compared to that. But anyway, looks like we got 11 orange Scotch bonnets, 3 of the serrano peppers. A little bit soft. I think I left them on the plant a little bit long, but you know, I wanted to make sure they're fully red, and they're still going to be great in salsa or just on a sandwich. Harvested a couple of really nice Jawala fingers here, guys. These suckers are going to be hot. I think this might be the reddest and fattest I've seen them. So it just shows you leave them on the plant a little bit longer and you benefit. The big Jims, they're not getting as big as that first batch, but you know what? Can't go wrong with a pepper that size anyway. So, and I love the taste of these. I cannot wait. Next year, I'm going to plant mostly Serranos, Fresnos, Big Jims, and a couple of early jalapeno brands as well. Anyway, awesome. Here's that mystery tomato. Pulled it off early, I know. We'll let it ripen on the counter. That seems to be working for all of them anyway, so that's good. And guys, wouldn't you know it, it's only been maybe 4 days, and I've got 74 grape tomatoes. And it's funny because, you know, the ones that are grown in the middle bed, they come out a lot bigger and plumper. You know, a good size like this. And the ones in the container come out like this, small. So a lot of these down here are the container ones, and a lot of these up here are the ones on the middle bed. Anyway, guys, appreciate you sticking with me. I'm sweating like a pig, so I'm going to jump in the pool, maybe enjoy a cold one afternoon. And man, I guess I'll see you later when I do the rabbit update. Thanks.